About tonight. I'm taking your calls, but first, straight to my panel. Rachel Kugel, criminal defense attorney. Stacey Honowitz, Florida prosecutor. Plus, Rebecca Rose Woodland, criminal defense attorney. As well as, and boy, do we nut one tonight, psychiatrist Dr. Gabby Cora. And we're also going to get to Bob Keeling, who is a reporter with CNN affiliate WESH. Bob, so glad you're joining us tonight. What can you tell us about the slew? Rachel Kugel, why was this video held so long? I mean, there's been many days where horrible, very incriminating, very damaging information has been released about Casey Anthony. Why now? Is it that the case is getting to a crucial turning point?
Well, I think that it should have been released a long time ago, and the defense should have been doing this sort of thing, because there's no question that they have been losing the battle in the publicity war here. And that is ultimately what this case turns on at this point. And frankly, what's going to lose the case for the defense is all this public perception, because as long as the jury pool is tainted with people that believe that she isn't a loving mom or isn't capable of that, then their defense options are limited, and they're in real trouble.
Yeah, this is an all-out war, I think. Both sides fully engaged. You have this damaging information released today, and then you have this really idyllic footage that appears to have just been released showing mother and child at play. Extraordinary. All right, hang on, so much more to cover with these stunning developments. Do you think, Casey Anthony, how does Rachel Kugel, the prosecution, introduce this in a way that makes sense? Because I've covered trials where there's evidence that could be potentially incriminating, but it's just sort of put out there and the jurors have to connect the dots.
Right. I mean, I think there's two ways, and it sort of depends on how the defense attacks it and what their defense is. I mean, one is to suggest that it is, as the doctor just talked about, has something to do with her mental state in the time after her daughter disappeared. But probably the better, easier, cleaner way to get it in is instead use it to establish a timeline of what she was doing when she knew at the very least that her daughter was missing, and that is simply that she was posting photos.
Okay, Rebecca, let's cover one other issue.